The man accused of trying to assassinate former President Donald Trump earlier this month has pleaded not guilty. He's facing several counts, including the attempted assassination of a major presidential candidate and gun charges. Investigators say Wesley Routh staked out a spot near Trump's West Palm Beach, Florida golf course, armed with a rifle while Trump was playing golf. A Secret Service agent on Trump's detail fired shots after seeing a man's face and a rifle sticking out of the bushes. CBS News correspondent Cristian Benavides is outside a federal court in West Palm Beach with more. Cristian, what happened in court today?
Lindsay, the hearing lasted less than 5 minutes. Wesley Routh was walked into the courtroom. He was handcuffed. He sat in between his two attorneys and entered a not guilty plea. So at this point, what we know is that what happens next is this goes from the magistrate judge, which is here in West Palm Beach, to Judge Eileen Cannon, who is overseeing the case in Fort Pierce, about an hour north of here. Now, the case, him pleading not guilty, he also requested a trial by jury. There were no dates that were set during today's hearing. As I said, the entire ordeal was less than 5 minutes.
How was his demeanor?
So his demeanor, from what I understand from the producer that was in the courtroom, he looked over to his attorneys a handful of times. He basically nodded his head in the affirmative as he was pleading not guilty, and the judge essentially was confirming with his attorneys not guilty. At this point, as I said, what we'll have to see is what happens next. Essentially, when the dates will be set, when this case actually gets underway. What I'll also mention is sort of the security level surrounding the courthouse. The courtroom essentially was in a lockdown mode where nobody could even leave the courtroom, and certainly nobody could get in once the hearing got started. Out here, we saw a number of federal protection officers that were here, along with local and federal officers, just understating how secure they are trying to keep hearings for this case, obviously because of the sensitive nature that it entails.
Cristian, remind us here, originally Routh was charged with 2 felony gun counts. One was a felon in possession of a weapon, and another was essentially the fact that he had obliterated, allegedly, the serial number on the weapon. And then new charges were filed, more in reference to this attempted assassination that's alleged. What can you tell us about these new charges that were filed that he was arraigned on?
Right, you've got the attempted assassination charge. This is a charge attempted assassination of a presidential candidate, which carries the potential for life in prison. The other charge is an assault of a federal officer. They essentially allege that because he was pointing his weapon, allegedly, directly at the Secret Service officer that spotted him out in the golf course. That's where that charge stems from, and then an additional gun charge. So we'll have to see how long the case takes to actually be in the courtroom. I mentioned that Judge Eileen Cannon is who is overseeing this case. That name may sound familiar because she was the same judge who was overseeing the classified documents case, and she had dismissed that case, and that's currently pending. Federal prosecutors have said that they essentially have said that they don't agree with her dismissing that case, so that is still pending. And at this point, as I said, we'll have to see when the actual court hearings get started.
Cristian Benavides, thank you.